Think about their supercharging station where you go and charge the car. Think about if the company that you're investing in owns all the gas station in America. That's what the supercharging station is, because that's the future gas station of electric, charging Teslas and other vehicles. And they have the biggest network in America, in Europe. So you're doing that. You're doing into the AI business. You're investing into the AI business, into the car business, into the solar business. The solar business, they have the home solar business. They have the grid scale utility. I'm talking utility that provide your electricity. They have that. So this company is going to take a long time. It's going to take 10, 15, 20 years for the company to mature. So I'm excited about the journey for the company. Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to talk about Tesla. We are going to break down the Tesla Q3 2021 financial results. We're going to listen to the conference call. I do this every time Tesla do their earnings call. A little bit late this time. I've had a lot of backlog videos that I've been working on. Finally caught up, and now we're gonna break it down, listen to the earnings call, and just see what the team have to say. So I hope you enjoy the content. Like always, I always like to let you guys know the reason why I like to listen to the earnings call and break it down on this channel is that is one of the ways where you get to know what the company is talking about, what the company is doing. So that way you're able to keep up with what they're doing exactly coming from the company, not coming from any news media, not coming from me. All you're just hearing from me is you're just hearing my opinion on what the company itself is saying. Now, I did the highlight of the call previously. I'm going to link that video in the cards so you can go check it out. That's just a highlight. So now we're going to go through a full breakdown of the earnings call, going to add some commentary, and then we're just going to go from there. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, please give the video a like. This is a different type of content here. My content is based off of what I'm doing. So, and Tesla is part of my investments that I'm highly convinced that the company is going to be successful in the future. So that's one of the reasons why I do this. So if you like this video, again, consider giving me a like, consider subscribing once you watch it and you feel like, you vibe with what I do here. So thank you. Let's get right into it. So as usual, this is the earnings call. We are going to get right into it. And we are just going to listen to what the team have to say. I'm going to add some commentary to it. Like I always say, this is the best way to get to know what your companies are up to. So we are going to get right into it right away. So here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tesla's third quarter 2021 Q&A webcast. My name is Martin Viecha, Senior Director of Investor Relations, and I'm joined today by our CFO Zach Kirkhorn and our Senior VP Drew Baglino, as well as other executives. Our Q3 results were announced at about 3 p.m. Central Time in the update deck we published at the same link as this webcast. During this call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. During the question and answers portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. Please use the raise hand button to join the question queue. But before we jump into the Q&A, Zach has some opening remarks. Zach?
So this is the first time that Elon Musk is not going to be on the earnings call. This is the first time that Zach is the chief financial officer, aka the master of coins at Tesla. So he's the one that is going to be in charge of this call. So let's hear what he has to say in his opening remarks.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. We're continuing to make great progress as a company, setting new records on each of the most important financial metrics for Q3. Overall, we delivered just over 240,000 cars, 20% higher than last quarter and 70% higher than the same quarter last year.
In 3 months, big numbers.
We were also able to achieve an annualized production run rate of over 1 million cars towards the end of the quarter. The increase in production rate has primarily been driven by further ramping of the Model Y at our Shanghai factory. Additionally, we have made great progress increasing production volumes of Model S and have recently started the ramp and deliveries of Model X.
Okay.
It will take a bit more time to get this program back to prior volumes, but based on demand, we are targeting to exceed historical production levels.
Cool.
We have also completed the transition of our Shanghai factory as our main export hub.
Cool.
This has enabled us to supply more vehicles to the North America market and to introduce Model Y to Europe.
Remember, like their Shanghai factory is cheaper to make cars there, so that's their main export hub now. Like he just said, they're making cheaper cars in China, sending it to Europe, sending it to Asia. So most of the factories in America, the one in California, that one will be supplying America, South America. So they're building their footprints. By the time you know it, they're gonna have the one that they have in Berlin. That's gonna be supplying the whole Europe. So Tesla is getting ready for big moves in the future.
Due to part shortages and logistics variability, we have not been able to run our factories at full capacity.
Okay.
It's important to note that while we have roughly doubled deliveries year to date, this has been exceptionally difficult to achieve. I want to thank our supply chain team for their incredible work and our production teams for showing impressive flexibility as we make adjustments real time.
Cool.
This team's expertise in the chip industry across all tiers has made a huge difference when managing through these challenges. Additionally, we never reduced our production forecast with our suppliers as we're adding capacity as quickly as possible.
Facts. That's a key point there. They never reduced their orders. Even though, like, you know, we had the COVID the past 2 years, we had all these things going on, they still never reduced their orders that they order from their providers, people that provide them parts and equipment. So yeah, their suppliers, they're still getting, you know, products from their suppliers, even though other companies shut that down. So that helped Tesla a lot.
I thank our suppliers for their dedication and partnership to Tesla.
Definitely.
Despite these increases in production and generally higher prices, our backlogs are continuing to grow and average customer wait times are extending.
Yep.
The only practical way to address this
that's one of the key components, one of the key reasons why I still invest in Tesla no matter whatever the stock price is today. Because when you have a company whereby people want their product so badly, they don't mind waiting for 3 months. They don't mind waiting for 6 months to get the product. They don't mind waiting. People don't mind waiting. Even though they would like to get it, you know, but if they have to wait, they will wait because the product is superior. It's better than what's out there.
Immediate term is to do everything we can to build more cars on our existing production lines, which is where we are focused. Similar dynamics are also playing out in our storage business as we are working to expand Powerwall and Megapack production as quickly as parts and cells allow us to do so.
Cool.
Additionally, we have made good progress on the in-house battery manufacturing program, and we're excited to have expanded the full self-driving beta program to more customers.
Cool.
Financially, our auto gross margins reached 30.5% on a GAAP basis.
Well done. 30%. Every single car they make, Tesla profit 30%. So whatever you're gonna pay, let's say you pay $100,000 for the car, their profit is gonna be 30 grand. It's pretty good business.
And just under 29% excluding regulatory credits, which is our strongest yet. This benefit primarily comes from higher volumes, particularly out of the Shanghai factory, increased mix of the Model Y, and we have made good progress increasing Model S volumes.
Cool.
The Model S has now returned to positive gross margin, and we expect this to increase with higher production and the ramp of Model X. As was the case in Q2, there was some net benefit from pricing actions. However, this remains small in the context of other contributors.
Cool.
Please keep in mind that given backlog, it will take time for the impact of recent changes to flow through our financials.
That's okay.
Note that we are also not yet recognizing additional revenue from the FSD beta program. Supply chain challenges, including expedites, continue to provide cost headwinds, as was also the case with FX this quarter.
Yeah.
While we are seeing an impact from the rise in commodity and labor costs, we have also been adjusting pricing, which should help to compensate.
Yeah, Tesla have been able to raise their prices on their cars on average now by $5,000 to $7,000 across the board. And, they still have a lot of backlogs. So, they're doing their thing. People want this product.
Overall, as I mentioned in our last call, our P&L continues to benefit from the marginal profitability of each incremental unit with higher fixed cost absorption.
Cool.
As a result of the great progress on margins, volume, and appropriate management of overhead costs, we were able to achieve an operating margin of just under 15%, exceeding the long-term guidance we've laid out previously.
General operating margin. That's cool. 15%. That's great. Because the other one that I mentioned earlier, that was just on cars, their vehicle. But now they're talking about the entire business. They're making 15% gross margin on the entire business. That's cool as well. That is nice.
On cash, we generated record operating cash flows of $3.1 billion
Cool.
and continue to invest heavily in the build-out of manufacturing, supercharging, and service capacity.
Cool.
We also continue to retire high-interest rate debt, including the early settlement of our 2025 senior notes of $1.8 billion during the quarter.
Cool. Guess what? That is a very smart move. That is a very smart move because if you're a company, when there's high inflation, like we're kind of we're experiencing right now, we're experiencing inflation with gas, with food, with commodities. So prices of things are going up. Obviously, Tesla is raising their car prices as well. So when you have high inflation, when things are costing more, then the money that you're earning is not going up as much as the products, the things that you're buying. So the best way to protect yourself as a company is to pay down your debt so you don't owe people money. When you don't owe too many people money, because you're in a business where you can raise the price of your product, well, that means that if prices of things keep going up, you can raise the price of your product as well, because it's costing you more in the back end to buy the stuff to make the product. So it makes sense that they're paying down their debt. I mean, Tesla is a $1 trillion company now, and the debt is not even that much compared to other OEM, other manufacturers out there.
As we look forward, we're clearly quite a bit ahead of the pacing required to achieve our target annual growth rate of 50% this year.
Cool.
Q4 production will depend heavily on availability of parts, but we are driving for continued growth.
Sure.
We are also nearing assembly of our first production cars in Austin and Berlin.
Great.
It's important to stress, while the first production car is an important milestone, the hardest work lies ahead in the ramp. Please keep in mind that we are pushing the boundaries on new product and manufacturing technologies at these factories, which makes it difficult to predict the exact pace of the ramp. These factories will also partially weigh on our margins as we work towards volume production.
Sure.
Overall, I'm very proud of what the team has accomplished, and I'm excited for our next phase of growth into Q4 and into 2022. The team has done a tremendous job improving our financial health in a short period of time, while also continuing to improve our precision and pace of execution.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool. So that is it. It's good to hear that first introduction. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to end this section here. We've heard what he has to say. Now they're going to go further up into the call. Well, I like to break this down like I've been doing. I'm going to leave a card right here. You can go watch the previous call so you can hear my opinion on every single segment of the call, what they're talking about. So we've heard that, the business is doing well. The factory in Shanghai is now the export hub. So they build cars there for cheap, send it to Europe, send it to China. I mean, obviously it's in China, but deliver all around China, get the cars over there, send it to Europe, get the cars over there, send it to Asia. So most of the factory in the US, now that we're going to have two factories in the US, that'll be feeding the US market, building new product in the US. That he talked about their profit in general for the company, they're making 15%. When it comes to the cars, they're making 30% profit on each cars. That is great. Mind you, Tesla is still a very, very young company. They're very, very young company. They're still doing their thing. So I'm looking forward to doing the rest of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed that segment there. That's the first segment of the Tesla Q3 2021 earnings call. I'm going to keep on doing the rest as we go along. Check out all the ones that I've done in the past. So if you're new, you can understand the style of how I like to do this like this earnings calls. So check those out in the cards above. If you like this style of content where I break down earnings call, I break down what Tesla is up to, I do all those things. So, and I also show you what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is I put $30 every single day into Tesla stock, just because I know what they're doing. I believe in the company, and I think they're going to be worth a lot more in the future. Tesla is going to be worth multiple trillions of dollars. I keep telling people, when you buy Tesla, you're buying into Elon's brains. You're buying low key, but not directly. You're buying into his other businesses. You have the Boring Company, you have Starlink, you have SpaceX. You're low key buying into those people because engineers from those companies work at Tesla. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're getting the best company, in one company called Tesla. Tesla is not just only one company. Tesla is an index of companies. Think about their supercharging station where you go and charge the car. Think about if the company that you invest in owns all the gas station in America. That's what the supercharging station is, because that's the future gas station of electric, charging Teslas and other vehicles. And they have the biggest network in America, in Europe. So you're doing that. You're doing into the AI business. You're investing into the AI business, into the car business, into the solar business. The solar business, they have the home solar business. They have the grid scale utility. I'm talking utility that provide your electricity. They have that. So this company is going to take a long time. It's going to take 10, 15, 20 years for the company to mature. So I'm excited about the journey for the company, and I'm excited to share that with you. So if you like this kind of content, again, subscribe to the channel. I will appreciate it, and I would love to have you around. So subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a like. It greatly helps me out. My channel is still new, so I want my content to be shared with more people. And you can help me do your part by hitting the like button and subscribing. Appreciate it. Until next time, like I always say, love you all. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.